we are self-team and we're going to talk about school in Mexico.
The structure of the education in Mexico is divided in kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and master degree.
Well, the primary school is also divided in two. We call it kindergarten here in Mexico, and the other one is basic education.
Well, the kindergarten goes from 3 to 5 years. The primary school goes from 6 to 12. Middle school or secondary school goes to 13 to 15. And high school or preparatory school goes from 15 to 18 years. And finally, the college or university goes from 18 years to 23 approx.
Okay, and now I'm going to explain how it's divided and how is the organization of middle school. Well, once you finish primary education, and I mean when you finish kindergarten and then you in primary school, you pass to the middle school, which is also divided into the lower secondary education and the upper secondary education. The lower one we also call it secondary, and the upper we call it preparatory in Mexico. And well, the last one is the third education. When you go there when you finish the middle education, and you can also get a master's degree and then a doctor's degree, but well, that's with the advance of the years.
The facts and figures of the education in Mexico, we occupy the last place in expectation of high school, with only 47%. The average of schooling in Mexico is of 8.7 degrees, equivalent to the second grade, where 43% of the population older than 15 years doesn't have complete the basic education. In consequence to this, according to the PASA, the International Best Metric of Education, we get between 0 and 1 levels. This means that we didn't count with the minimum skills to meet the demands of a globalized world. And in Mexico, 10.1 million haven't finished elementary school, and 16.4 haven't finished middle school.
Well, and another percentage is that in Mexico, 3 of every 100 persons aged 15 years and over can read and write. Of every 100 students who enter primary, only 68 complete elementary school, and 44% of people between 15 and 24 goes to school. Well, in population, only the 8.5% have a job, and 3% of the indigenous population ends at least 1 year of college. Now I'm going to talk about geographical difference. Well, this can be seen very clearly, and well, is so different in all the countries. For example, intercultural and bilingual education is a priority in Yucatan and Oaxaca, while some regions there are only technical schools that are dedicated to the area where they live. And it is only 1 in 5 indigenous women between 15 and 20 years are still studying. Another geographical difference is the level of education that is offered to every person. In rural areas, it is difficult to find a private school, while in urban areas, it is easier.
I'm going to talk about the main characteristics of school here in Mexico. Well, here in our country it's very common, or well, most of the schools are secular. That means that they don't have anything to do with religion. It is supposed to be free, but obligatory. It's settled in the Constitution. But most of them are private schools where you have to pay monthly payments. Also, it maintains the Mexican culture alive. I mean, we learn our Mexican anthem and the meaning of the three-color flag. The Mexican school system provides educational services in 2 ways. One is school and one is open. The school system is where students go every day to school and never miss a year or something. And the open one is where if you miss a year or something like that, you can continue with your studies. But here in Mexico, we call it Prepa Abierta.
Okay, and now I want to talk about the organizations that are in charge or that have something respect education. And well, the first one, and I think it's the most known. Well, I'm only gonna talk about the two that I think are the most important. The first one is the SEP, and well, we call it Secretaría de Educación Pública. It managed to make the programs and to make evaluations to the teachers, to the students, and also to verify that the schools are like available for students. The second one is the INE, Evaluación de la Educación. It's an institute for the evaluation, as the name says, and it's in charge to generate and share information to let the people evaluate education here in Mexico and in other countries, and I mean in an international way.